Saturday, October 18th, the Magic Man is back. Former two-division boxing world champion Paulie Malignaggi makes his Trigon debut against British bare-knuckle bad boy Tyler El Tornado Goodjohn from the Planet Ice Arena in Leeds, England. Co-headlining the BKB 47 card will be a matchup of BKB champions, as Super Cruiserweight champ Marvelous Marco Martignac moves up to the Bridgerweight division to challenge the reigning champion Dan Podmore in hopes of becoming BKB's next two-division champion. Plus, Leeds' own bare-knuckle boxing Hall of Famer Scott McHugh looks to impress in front of his home crowd when he takes on fellow title contender Joe Fitzpatrick. Don't miss the action on this historic card. Visit bkbbareknuckle.com for tickets and information. Beautiful look at AMT Headingley Rugby Stadium here in Leeds, England. It is time to set up Pride and Punishment. The journey for BYB Extreme started about a decade ago, and now look where it has come. It was BYB Extreme, the co-founders, Mike Vasquez, Dada 5000. The Trigon is still a staple of our promotion, the smallest surface in combat sports. But as times change, things evolve, and they have massively. We're going to start this out as I am joined by the owner, our leader, Mike Vasquez, our new CEO, David Tatro. I'm going to start with Mike, if it's okay. Thank you, David. Mike, I started 41 shows ago, and you always told me, we're going big places, Goldie. We're going big places. Take us from where it was, your hopes, your dreams, your plans to where it is today.
Yeah, that's right. We've always said we build this brick by brick. You don't build a structure from the top down. You got to start with a great foundation, and that's what we did our first couple of years, was build that foundation, build a culture where fighters come first in our organization, and just continue to build, add key members of the team like you came on. Paulie came on, Claudia Trejos, Big Mo. Pieces of the puzzle started coming together, and this last year we did a big leap in acquiring BKB. That was a great last 12 months we've had.
Our Hall of Fame matchmaker, Mel Valenzuela, he always had the formula, but now he has so many more toys to move around, and that is because of what you just talked about. Talk about, though, now our roster, because with the growth, we truly have a global roster now, Mike.
Yeah, absolutely. We had over 120 fighters as BYB. Once we acquired BKB, we picked up another 120 more. We're going to have fighters from over, I think, 34 countries right now being represented on our roster. Exciting fights. We have a new female competitor that is coming from Spain this very show. And the roster just keeps getting stronger and stronger. Champions now division to another, trying to consolidate belts, and it's a beautiful story being unfolded here.
And what Mike is referring to is the Bridgerweight title fight, and we will visit with Marco Martignac, the challenger, and the champion, Dan Podmore, as we continue. I want to talk to you, before I get to David, about Paulie Malignaggi, the Magic Man, returning to combat and doing so in the Trigon. You were a big part of making this happen.
Well, yeah. It was earlier this year, I believe at our Denver show earlier this year, that Paulie approached me and he says, you know, I feel I'm not done. I'm getting to a point that if I want to come back, I need to do it now, not wait any longer. And I said, man, if you're going to come back, we'd love to have you. He did scout around some regular boxing fights, but we sat down again a show or two after that and just mapped it out. Said, listen, if you're in, I'm down. Let's do it. We just have to find an opponent that makes sense, right? You're a two-time world champion. You have a high skill level. We want to put a great bout together, a chess match of sorts, with someone with high skill level and as well as within the weight classes he was able to fight in. And immediately Tyler Goodjohn was the thought that I had, and not an easy fight for Paulie to come back to. I mean, he is a force in bare knuckle, and credit to Paulie, he's like, yeah, I'm down. So that's how it happened, pretty quick, and excited about it. Great fight.
And you can help me segue to our new CEO, David Tatro. because that was a big move for our organization, getting David aboard.
Yeah, as we've continued growing, and just there's just more people involved, and David has a great background, great experience in running large organizations, and I got to know him over the last couple of years, actually, before we started working together. A great guy, gentleman, and he's the right guy for BKB.
I love it. And David, good to talk to you today. First time we visited, when you first entered our BKB world, you said straight out, Goldie, we're going to do it right. We're going to do it systematically, but we're going to do it so we can go to the top. Your vision coming in, and what did you see maybe, David, before you came in that enticed you to want to take the reins?
Well, you know, the thing is I had a great opportunity in a meeting Mike. Like Mike said, you know, back when I was working at Golden Boy, I had already peeked into what the possibilities were with bare knuckle. And when I was at Triller, I was part of the acquisition of one of the competitors in bare knuckle. We worked along with that for quite a bit, and I saw some of the different things that they were doing, and I saw some of the great things that were happening within this organization. You know, superior rule set, superior roster, superior infrastructure. And when I came in, I took a look at a lot of what was going on and figured that there were ways that we could elevate this. And one of the things that we're doing in the new year is we're going to be going to some really key markets. We're looking at ways to bring in fans at a higher level into bigger venues. We already have our schedule planned out for the first quarter of the year. We're going to be in Biloxi to kick things off in early January. Then we're heading
a bit of a new venture that we'll tell people about later, right?
Yes, we will. That'll be announced very soon. But that's an opportunity for us to do things a lot differently.
Yep.
It's a different series. It's separate from our numbered series. It's separate from the pride and punishment type of fights that we're doing.
Right.
But what we're going to do with that series, and it's with a new network, we're going to be gamifying the sport. We're going to be inserting sensors into the wrist wraps. We're going to be looking at the velocity of punches, the G-forces of punches, the number of punches thrown. We're going to engage audiences in a way that they haven't been engaged in combat sports in the past.
So your true vision, just if you had to go down the HOV lane only, David, your true vision of where this will go, what would that be?
Well, my true vision of where this is going to go, and it also coalesces with Mike's vision, is that this is going to be much more than just a fight promotion.
Yep.
We're looking at turning this into a sports and media company. The conversations that we're having with broadcasters, with studios, are going to allow us to do a whole 360, right? So we're talking about live events on a global scale. We're talking about taking events even beyond the UK from a global standpoint into new places in Europe, into places in Asia. In the US, we're going to be focusing on some of the bigger markets. Yep. We're going to be making a big run into the California arena very soon. We'll open up with a Los Angeles show in the first quarter. We haven't announced that yet, but that's a big, big push for us.
Now we have, right?
We just did.
You know, I've got a little ahead of myself, but you know what?
That's okay. You gave us all the secrets on Biloxi, too.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Without the network at this moment.
There you go. I
think some inquisitive minds will figure it out.
Yes.
You know, and then in the UK, we're going to kick off February 21st at the Indigo at the O2 Arena. You know,
Beautiful
the team here
facility.
in the UK has been stupendous at getting, fans into a lot of these fights. We're bringing it back to London. We're going to take it to a new level. But when we're looking at kind of the whole evolution of the company, it's live events, it's reality series, it's docu-series, and it's gamification of the sport. And we're really going to be catering to that Gen Z and millennial audience who clamor for our type of content.
So last time we were at the O2, Mike, it was U.S. versus Europe, and now we are all one big happy family.
One BKB family, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Even then, when we had our little rivalry going between BYB, BKB, there was always utmost respect between the promotions, myself, Jim, and Joe, and all the fighters. So it was always a great experience. But now, like we said, we're all one. We're all fighting for one World Championship Police Gazette belt.
Mike, David, thank you very much. I'm pumped. We've been on this journey a long time. Now we've got a great leader. Mike, thank you very much. Great to see you, David. I love your vision. We are definitely going to do it. And David talked about new partners and new promotions and then also sponsorships. But let's go back to a partnership. And for more on that, here is Gareth A. Davies.
Thank you, Mike. Well, the guys talked about vision there and the future and how exciting that's going to be. Well, I'm joined by one of the authorities in the combat sports world. It's none other than John Shepherd, the founder and visionary himself of BoxRec.com 25 years ago. Great to see you, John. How are you?
I'm great, Gareth. Nice to see you.
One of the things you did recently was look at the data in bare knuckle, and what did you find?
Bare knuckle is by far and away the fastest growing combat sport in the world. We saw 15 sanctioned bouts in 2015. Last year there were 700. This year there's going to be over 1,000. It's taking off. It's from a core base in the United States. It's spreading to Europe. It's spreading to Australia. It's spreading to the Far East. It is by far and away the most exciting combat sport for me that we have today.
That's amazing to hear that from you. And if people don't know, BoxRec.com is the most Googled combat sports website in the world. What kind of authority and visibility can you bring to BKB and to bare knuckle as a whole?
So we are the official record keeper for, I think it's 559 combat authorities around the world. So we work with everybody that is a legitimate body in this industry, and partnering with BKB, who are establishing themselves as the legitimate BKB authority. It's great for us, it's great for them. We bring a degree of context for the fans. We begin a lot of the mundane stuff that people are not really interested, such as the suspension system, enforcing the rules and stuff like that. So we provide a lot of infrastructure for the combat sports industry.
It's brilliant to have you here today. We all know who work in the combat sports world that you are an invaluable resource, and you will be to the growth of bare knuckle. Great to see you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. That's so kind of you, Gareth.
And thanks for being involved. Mike, I'm going to throw it back to you, and you are with two of our fighters, Joe Fitzpatrick and Scott McHugh.
Yes, that is our featured fight on Saturday night at Planet Ice. Two BKB UK belt holders, both title contenders inside the Trigon. Scott McHugh fighting at home once again against a man with a new nickname. We'll get to that in a second, Joe. Joe Fitzpatrick. Joe, great to see you. Make sure you work that mic for me, my friend. Scott, here's the rules today. You work that mic. You're not allowed to be the mute, at least for the next couple of minutes. Grab your mic for me. I know that's not easy for you, but fighting at home here in Leeds, again, especially after the title fight that didn't go your way the last time we were here. What's it feel like?
Yeah, it's just, like I said, it's just another day for me, another bare knuckle fight. It's what I do, so it's fighting at home, fighting away. I'm just here to fight.
Is that the journey, though? Because I know you do not like setbacks, and you've had a couple of chances to win a BKB, as we all are now. Is that the journey for you, as you're going to get a belt put around your waist once again?
It's whatever promoters, offer me. I don't go calling out names, whoever's got to fight me, I'll just fight them. So, yeah, hopefully I'll be fighting in America January as well, so, yeah, don't know what else to say.
Rocky Reese, the champion at 154. Joe, you're coming up a couple of weight classes. You fought Harry Gigliotti here for the title in Leeds back a bit ago. You came out and you were on fire against Harry. You really took over early. Is that the game plan again with Scott, is to come on and really be, you said, the epitome of a front foot fighter?
I'll not get into too much detail, but
I tried.
Got a good plan. I've been training hard, so I'm ready to go. We'll have a good fight come Saturday.
You always have good fights. Why the move up a couple of weight classes? Is it for the opportunity to fight a man like Scott, and you might move back down, or is this your new home?
Well, we'll see how I get on Saturday night. The opportunity came up, and I took it with both hands, so we'll see how I get on.
What's it like to be fighting this legend, Scott McHugh, in his hometown?
Me and Scott got on well. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great fight on come Saturday. Both men are to win the fight, so we're on to go.
Scott, how about you? Prepared like never before? I know you're always prepared, but have you taken it to another level coming off the setback? You did have the win since, of course, but coming off the disappointment last time here, have you taken it to an all-new level, and is there something very special? Is it pressure, or is it more of a joy to fight at home?
No, like I said, Saturday when we fight, I've got my game plan. He's got his game plan. He's a southpaw. We've had the best southpaws about in the gym sparring and that. So, yeah, come out fast, slow. I'm all ready for everything there is. So, yeah, respect to Joe, brilliant boxer. I don't know what else to say. And I'm not really about all that shit talking on there. I just do what I do in ring.
I think this is the longest conversation we've had.
Yeah, like I said, don't talk shit, do I? I just like to fight, and that's what I do, and that's my full-time job in the gym. So it's my bread and butter, bare knuckle boxing. I've done it 7-8 years now, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
19th bare knuckle fight on Saturday night. That's something to feel very good about, isn't it?
Yeah, until you get fucking punched.
Seemed like a good idea at the time.
No, I enjoy it. I've had a lot of boxing matches as well. I've never boxed pro, but I've done hybrid boxing. I'm 18 wins and 1 loss in hybrid and normal boxing. I've done a lot of Thai boxing, and the most sport I've enjoyed is definitely bare knuckle, and it suits me. Like, I've adapted to the style of bare knuckle. Yeah.
And for you, Joe, silver medalist at the 2014 Commonwealth Games, 10-1, 7 finishes with the gloves on. The transition, like Scott talked about, to taking the gloves off, has this been freedom? A lot of fighters say, I feel free now. How do you feel without them?
I prefer the no gloves. It's a lot easier, I think. But coming into the Trigon is a bit tighter, smaller and stuff. But I enjoy it.
Any message to Scott?
Just good luck on Saturday, both men, round to go.
Scott?
Yeah, again, good luck.
Yep.
Don't know what else to say.
I knew we were going to get no
we should end it there.
confrontation.
We're fighting bare knuckle as long as we both go back safe to our family. That's all that matters in this sport.
100%.
Amen. Amen. All right. These men will be in our featured bout on Saturday night. Let's get it back over to Gareth A. Davies.
Well, I'm calling this position that I've taken up here at our press conference the Smack Talk Station, and I'm going to get Joe, I think it's Joe Fitzpatrick's going to join me first of all. Come on in, Joe. So this is the opportunity, and I know you've never done a word of smack talk in your life, but you let your fists do the talking. But you have said publicly it's going to be a bloodbath from the off.
It is indeed. It's going to be a bloodbath. It's bare knuckle boxing. They can't hide from the fist. It's as you say, it's a Trigon, the smallest combat sport, smallest surface in the combat sport. I'm really looking forward to it.
There's a lot at stake here. Tell me about the strengths and weaknesses of your opponent.
He's coming up to his 19th BKB fight, so he's got the pedigree out there, so I'm looking forward to it.
When the bell rings on Saturday night, 48 hours, just over 48 hours from now, what are you going to do to him?
Well, I'll not tell too much. It's going to be a fist fight. It's going to be in the middle of the ring. It's going to be a brawl.
Just describe him in one word, in your mind, as you think about having combat with him.
A warrior.
A warrior. Thank you very much, sir. Great, respectful words. Let's get Scott in. Scott McHugh. Could be even harder work with Scott, getting some talk out of you. He calls you a warrior. You say it's going to be a war from the off, I've heard you say. How do you see the fight going from the opening bell, my friend?
From opening bell, I know it's going to be a fast pace. Joe likes to come out fast, and I've got a few plans, and I'm a brilliant counter puncher. I've been working a lot on my clinch, so I've ticked everything off in this fight. But yeah, I respect Joe. Good fighter, brilliant boxing background. It's bare knuckle boxing, isn't it? We've both been there, done that. So yeah, let's have a good fight.
Heart of hearts, do you believe you stop him?
Well, I'm not going to say no, am I? Obviously, I'm strong, so I'm feeling very strong in this camp. I'm not going to say he's going to beat me. Obviously, I'm there to stop him, So, and he's there to stop me.
Goldie touched on it when he said, what's it like fighting at home in Leeds, and is it a pressure on you? Is it a fillip for you as well? Does it boost you that your family, your friends, everyone can almost walk to this arena to see you fight?
I've fought in Leeds for years, in boxing, Thai boxing, K1, so it's just another, like I say, it's just another fight for me. I'm used to that big crowd being there. It don't really bother me. Again, it's a bare knuckle fight. When you're in there, you don't listen to anyone apart from your corner team. So, yeah.
The mute against the gentleman. We are so looking forward to your scrap, your brawl, your boxing, as you're both the great boxers on Saturday night. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much indeed.
Yeah, thank you, and I'll see you on Saturday, Mush.
He'll see him on Saturday, Mush. Well, I think Marco Martignac and Dan Podmore are awaiting on the plush seats with Goldie.
Yes, it is our co-main event of the evening. The reigning Bridgerweight World Champion looking to defend his title for the second time against the very shy man with multiple nicknames, Marvelous Marco Martignac, Emperor. Anyway, we're going to start with the champion. First of all, Dan, welcome. I would work the mic for me. I would like to call you out because everybody else seems to call you out. I don't really want to fight you, but I officially want to get on that list of calling you out. You're the most desired opponent in BKB today, aren't you?
Well, it seems that way, doesn't it? It's about time, though. You know what I mean? Because where was all these people 6-7 months ago when I was looking for a fight then? You know what I mean? So it's going to be my second fight of the year. I would have liked to have had 2 or 3 by now. But we move. Marco said he wanted to fight me, and I believe Marco is the best pound-for-pound bare-knuckle fighter on the planet. So I think he's the best. I want to be the best. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to go try fight this guy to see where we stand.
The recognition, though, and you would like the pace, as you said, to pick up a little bit more. But from where you started and all your hard work, it is coming. You can feel the difference, can't you?
Yeah, of course. You know, I've fought everybody they put in front of me. And I believe that me and Marco actually have the same accolades. You know what I mean? I think we're a 4-time world champion in 3 different weight classes.
Yep.
So, he's the man. You know what I mean? So, but like I said, I find that I should get the same recognition. But I don't think I am getting the same recognition as some of the guys. When you say multiple division champions, you think of the Barry Joneses and the LTs, the Marcos. You'll never hear my name in that conversation. So, after this fight, hopefully that
if it goes your way, your name is going to be at the top of the list. And it's a great compliment you give to Marco Martignac, the marvelous one. Don't be shy today. I know you never have anything to say. Yeah. The respect, though, that Dan just showed you, it's what the sport outside the Trigon is all about, isn't it?
Yeah. He knows that he has my respect. Also, he's a good guy. We talk a lot on the social medias. This is not bad blood between me and him. It's just a business, and the best man will walk on Saturday evening.
LT Smash Nelson, 2-division world champion. That's the opportunity that you have on Saturday night if you defeat Dan and become the Bridgerweight world champion. Is that what this is about for you? Is coming up and continuing your legacy and maybe finding a third somewhere down the road?
Yeah, but I already been.
Yep.
Super middleweight and light heavyweight.
But in the Trigon,
Okay, in the Trigon, no. Yeah. But I told Mel if I beat Dan and that guy who fight Trujillo gets injured, they call me.
Yeah, all right. Both you guys could obviously fight heavyweight.
No problem.
Marco, why have you had so much success since the fight in Dubai? You've been on a roll. 4 first-round finishes, 1 second-round finishes. You're in, you're out. You do your work. You did tell me months ago that fight really opened your eyes to a lot of things. Is that what got you to the level of where you're at today?
When I first time come back after 5 years and I beat Chad Kelly super easy, I thought myself, these guys did never evolve, so nobody can beat me. And that shit what happened with Jerome opened my eyes, so I underestimate the competition and I don't do that anymore, And my mindset is all different. Right now, I have a family. Before I didn't have. So when I won, I like when my mother and father can walk to the hood because everybody, my wife also. So my mindset is the best weapon I have, except my boxing skills and IQ.
Yes, and it's interesting that Marco said and talked about the road back, if you will. Dan, you said It's all about the fight, a matter of respect, but you fell in love with the sport again when you started to work with Michael Kennelly.
I did, yeah. Obviously, I come off the back of a couple of losses. One was in Thailand from an injury, and then one was Richie Leak. I was originally supposed to fight for cruiserweight title, the world title back. When Carl Hobley pulled out, I took Richie Leak as an opponent. Now, I underestimated the weight difference. I was 99 kilos and he was around 125. So that was a big mistake on my behalf because he should have never have beat me. You know what I mean? So it's if it was a similar weight, you know, if I would have carried on boxing as the way I was boxing because I was destroying him for the first 2 rounds, then he should never have beat me. But like I said, he did, and I've had to reset and recompose myself and come back better for it. But now, obviously, you know, it's me and Michael have had to part ways. He's off doing his own thing now, so I'm doing my thing also. So hopefully now, we're going to improve that much more.
Dan, the question I have for you is, can you land that big right hand of yours that just finished one of your recent fights when Jerome Hatch caught Marco off guard in Dubai? And so he's going to be well aware of watching your right hand. Can you land it?
But I think Marco's going to be a bit more switched on this fight. I think Jerome Hatch caught it lucky. You know what I mean? I don't think that would ever happen ever again. And I'm going to do my best to do what I can do to win that fight.
What is it? Yeah, Dan, and I wanted to ask Marco that too. Yeah, you've had some foreshadowing now, so that might take, as Dan was humble about, that might take that big right hand out of the equation. Moving up in weight, fighting a bigger man, you obviously look very strong. You're carrying the 225 very naturally. What will be the challenges when you go into the Trigon on Saturday night to fight the champion?
Me.
Yeah?
Me, because I'm not afraid of nobody, you know. I'm afraid of myself. So if I fucked up what we're planning, what we're training in the gym, then I'm gonna lose. If I do correctly everything what we train for, I'm gonna win.
I have huge respect for you because you did own that first loss against Jerome Hatch, and you did say, "Hey, the only person who didn't do right by me is me." You looked in the mirror and you found where you could fix it.
Yeah, it's my fault. And like he said, for a Ridge League fight, it is our fault for those losses and nobody else. We are alone in that trigon. In our corners, our wives, our parents can fight for us, you know, and that is it.
Any message to Dan?
I hope that Dan had a good camp, that he has no injuries, that he is the best Dan Podmer ever, because I want to beat the best Dan Podmer ever.
Dan, back to Marco. Any last comment?
Exactly the same. I hope he had, like I said, a great camp. There's only one thing, as Scott McHugh said. I hope we would go back to our families safe and sound.
Yep.
And good luck for the night. And we're gonna put on a show for the crowd. It's going to be a great fight.
Thank you, champ. Great to talk to you. Thank you, champ. And if you went on Saturday, it will be champ. Let's get it over to Gareth A. Davies.
Well, it's only fitting that I speak to the Bridgerweight champion last, so let me invite in to the smack talk position the one and only Marco. Marco first, please, champion last, out of respect to you, Dan. So we've had a few chats, Marco, before this began. Come on, give me the prediction, the betting on, what should people be betting on Saturday night? Which round?
Second.
And what are you going to do to him?
Knock him out like everybody else.
And will you then call out Gustavo Trujillo because you want to go for I'm going to say this is your 4th weight division for a 5th weight division as a world champion?
Yeah, but listen, I'm not calling him out. I'm just saying if that guy who is fighting him in Florida next month, I'm open. They can call me so I can fight him.
Which hand do you knock him out with?
I don't know either. I have power in both hands.
Thank you very much, sir. Let me bring in the champion. A little fist bump there between them both. A little bit of smack talk here in the smack talk station. What do you think about him saying he's going to knock you out in the second round, Dan?
I think there's a lot of people that think that he's gonna walk straight through me, but you know, when some Saturday comes, people are going to see that it's not going to be that easy.
2 simple questions. How do you deal with his speed and accuracy? Because he does have that in his armoury.
I'm going to let him come to me. So he's going to have to make a mistake and then I'll capitalise.
It's a very, very exciting prospect, you two getting together. Do you believe in your hearts that he's bitten off more than he can chew?
Absolutely. Like I said, people on Saturday night are going to see, you know, a proper champion.
What a bridgerweight title fight we have on Saturday night. I'm going to send it back to Goldie, and it's Tyler Goodjohn and the Magic Man, Paul.
It is the return of the former two-time world champion, I will say my powerful partner, Paulie Malignaggi. It's been quite some time since his last glove bout at the O2 in London, even quite some time since your bare-knuckle fight against Artem Lobov. Paulie, great to see you. Tyler Goodjohn, great to see you. Magic Man, 44 years old. I just go back on the calendar. Is 44 the new 38 for you? Is that how you feel?
I don't know. I don't know what 44 is supposed to feel like. So I can only tell you what my 44 feels like. My 44 feels good. You know, it just took me getting into shape and you know, getting the work in. I've said a lot of times I've never been a person with any vices or any bad habits or anything. So I like to eat. So I just had to adjust my diet a little bit and get back to work. And honestly, I'm not a scientific person, all right? But I did always blossom late in life. I went to puberty late. I lost my last tooth in high school. So I'm thinking maybe I age later too, you know? So I feel, I can only tell you how I feel. I don't know how the 44-year-olds feel, but I feel good.
Highly articulate, emotional, known for your honesty, your Brooklyn wit. I would say I've experienced all of the above. Paulie, why now? Why this?
The ship's going to sail, bro. If you don't do it now, that's it. This is the last chance, you know. I tried to walk away, and I turned down some offers in between. I was kind of sick of it, I'll be honest with you. But adjusting the way I needed to train was the key. I was, end of my boxing career, I was training the same way I had always trained. I was training the same way I had always, that got me to what the achievements that I got. But as you get older, dude, though, you can't train that way. Completely wears you out, you know? So there needed to be adjustments made. And you hear the cliche, train smarter, not harder. But I didn't really think about that because I said, listen, I did it this way and I won 2 world championships. So I'm going to do it this way. And I got sick and tired of the injuries, making weight, all this other stuff. And honestly, like I said, I even turned down some returns even after the Lobov fight, you know? I got some other offers, both in glove and bare knuckle, and turned it down. But it just stays with you. It just stays with you. And it's like, dude, if you don't do this right now, it's going to pass. So the ship's sailing. I was like, hey, let me jump on it one last time. Why not?
Why not? So before we get to the pride and punishment part of these two, because they will have a sparring session today, I'm sure, a verbal one. Tyler Goodjohn, good to see you, my friend. El Tornado. When it first was announced that you were going to fight Paulie, you were very clear in saying it's an honor to fight a 2-time world champion who has the pedigree, the resume of the Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi. So let's talk about that first before you tell me what's going to happen on Saturday night.
Yeah, I mean, look, as a fighter, I've been fighting 24 years, growing up as an amateur boxer. I'd be lying if I didn't say I was watching Paulie, you know, growing up. You know, he was a hero of mine. So, you know, legendary fights, fought everyone. So utmost respect, how can you not? He commentated in my fight in America last year. So, you know, it's one of them. Again, I've got the utmost respect. But this is the Paulie Malignaggi show, and I'm come here to tear that script up. So it's going to be the Tyler Goodjohn show by the end of it.
We'll let you get into it in a moment. When you talk about your path, you were away for a bit, about 4 years. You had the one fight back. You went the distance, so you had a lot of tape to look at. Were you somewhat surprised that all of a sudden you went from that to, hey, how about a main event against a true boxing legend?
No, not at all. Look, I'm a bare knuckle legend. You look at all the views on YouTube.
I threw you a softball.
Everyone talks about me. I am bare knuckle, especially in this country. Look, you know, you can hate me and everything else, but I'm always in sick fights. I'm always in them best fights. And that's what people want to see at the end of the day. I bleed. You know, blood's everywhere. We're going to war. People love it. That's what they want to see.
That's why you got picked.
Yeah,
that's why you got picked.
And you were excited to have Tyler.
I want to make that clear. There's there's this sport, it's a little bit different, bro. This sport, you get signed to a promotion, and then everybody all of a sudden feels like they're in the mix. You know, in pro boxing, you got to be in the mix. You got to be ranked. You got to be highly ranked in order to even call somebody like me out. When I decided I was coming back, and I was getting shoemakers DMing me trying to look in to fight me. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm thinking like they were gonna fight me. Bro, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time. But in order to have a good time, I need a guy who's on that level, both skill wise and promotability, and that's what this guy brought.
He does indeed. He will bring it on Saturday night. For you, the game plan. You have always been known for being slick, defensive boxing, great footwork, and I talked to a lot of guys in your camp, and they said your speed is off the charts right now. Were they lying to me, Paul?
I guess we see on fight night, right? I mean, I'm not one to say, hey, listen, you're gonna see this or you're gonna see that. I mean, at this point in my life, you know the way I fight, right? But I've only done one bare knuckle fight. Yeah, I broke my hand in the fight. So there's the curiosity, right? What Paulie Malignaggi is gonna show up? Well, let the bell ring Saturday night.
Tyler, you are one who will tell us what's going to happen and what accolades you're going to bring. So list them for me if you would.
Yeah, look, I mean, everyone sleeps on my boxing career. I had a very good boxing career until the British Board of Boxing took my license away for talking about using a sauna and salt bath on a podcast, which is ridiculous.
That's what they did.
That's what they've done, yeah. They revoked my license.
That could have happened to me because I would have been talking the same way.
Literally, that's why I got into bare knuckle, because the British Board of Control revoked my license for speaking about saunas and salt baths. So that started the whole journey. I've been all over the world doing this. Look, when there's a lot of people who talk the talk, yeah, I don't care about this. I generally don't care, and you've only got to look at my career and be like, actually, this geezer don't give a fuck. He don't give a monkeys. And that's all that's got to be said. Do you know what I mean? I'm a fighter, 24 years. Same as Paulie. Look, Paulie, utmost respect. The boxing game is you know, it's really, really hard, and he become a two-weight world champion. So how can I sit here and not respect him? But at the end of the day, I'm a bare knuckle legend. Been all over the world doing it, and I've done it the hard way. So let's go Saturday night.
It wasn't a 4-year layoff, pardon me. It was about a 2. But there was some inactivity. What Tyler just said kind of shocked you, Paulie, as a true boxer and still doing a lot of commentating with the gloves and with me when you're not training or coming up with something else to not work with me and kind of hurt once in a while. That said, bare knuckle has opened up the avenues to the purity of this sport again, hasn't it?
Yeah, it takes it back to the original form, right? But also, I think I've said it in some interviews, we live in a time where people have short attention spans. As a matter of fact, a lot of people probably aren't going to be able to sit through this whole press conference, right? They're watching.
Even with my excellent questions?
No, you know what? I got to be honest. I think me and Tyler make it interesting. I think Marco and Podmore made it interesting. But you know what? People just don't have attention span. That's why you have these flicking screens on Instagram. I think for this generation that has no attention span, bare knuckle is really a sport that can vibe with them. There's no feel out process. People just go, you know. Pro boxing, there's a little bit of IQ to being able to watch that. And for lack of a better word, there's not as much IQ today in fans and in fan bases and people and whatnot. So I think this sport is more for that type of generation where you just get right to it. Because otherwise, the attention span, you see a couple of feel-out rounds and people change the channel. Yep. There's no really feel-out rounds in bare knuckle. And so it's shorter, it's more compact, it's fast, it's action-packed, especially in the BKB Trigon where it enforces more action. So I think for that reason, this is a sport that's going to continue to grow in popularity. It has grown in popularity. And I think this is a fight right here between me and Tyler that is going to really take BKB to another level. I think my fight in BKFC years ago did that for them, and it went to another level. And I really feel like this fight can do that here for BKB. I think all the pieces are aligned in place, and I think BKB's ready to make that move, ready to get on a roll. And like I said, we have the Trigon, which I think is a big advantage. But I think this kind of fight, this kind of promotion is also a big advantage in giving a springboard to this company.
Little more than 48 hours away. Final, at least in this environment, final thing to say to your opponent on Saturday?
I mean, like I said, I've already said it. You know, he got picked for a reason. I think there's a lot of assumptions about the way Paulie Malignaggi fights and the way Paulie Malignaggi is going to fight. I think we'll be ready on Saturday night. I'm ready for war. I'm ready for boxing. I'm ready for fighting. I'm ready for anything that's brought to the table, and I'm excited, man. I haven't done it in a while. I'm actually jittery. I wish it was tomorrow.
El Tornado, all the things Paulie just said, you won that's what you want from Paulie as an opponent on Saturday night. Your final thoughts?
Look, whatever way he wants to do it, let's go. That's all I'm saying. It's going to be the Tyler Goodjohn show. It's not the Paulie Malignaggi show. Yeah, so let's do it. Let's go.
Hey, Magic Man, I apologize.
The show is both of us in there, man. Somebody,
I love the respect. Love the respect.
show
Until I say, here we go.
You can't dance alone, you know what I mean?
All right. I apologize, Magic Man. You have your Snow White sweater on. It looks very good on you because you're obviously a handsome man. Where is Paulie on that sweater?
Look, he's coming he's straight out of Carlito's way, mate. So he's like,
All right.
Underrated movie, by the way.
Yeah, it's very much so. Very much so. The Magic Man, Paulie Malignaggi, El Tornado, Tyler Goodjohn. Cannot wait. A main event, the biggest fight we have had inside the mighty Trigon. Gareth.
Well, let's have Tyler the Tornado Goodjohn over here first of all. Tyler, can I have you over into the SmackDown station, please? Tyler, come in here, bud. You've said it's the Paulie Malignaggi show. You've said you're going to make it the Tyler Goodjohn show. Is he real, or do you think he's an actor at the age of 45 after 6 years out of combat sports?
do you know what? I love his response, the curiosity, because I do believe, look, all fighters are going to want to fight forever. So as a curiosity thing, I get it. But look, he picked the wrong man to get in the ring with for the first time in 6 years. And again, all respect to him for that, because he could have picked a lot easier opponent. He didn't, and it's not going to end well.
Are you going to teach him a lesson in there?
Unfortunately, I am, yeah.
And if you look at the way the fight goes, he's accused, you've said he's got pillow fists, he's got broken hands, he's made excuses to elongate the fight and have a longer camp. If you turn it into a brawl, is he in a sea of trouble? He talked about jumping off the ship. You're going to drown him.
Yeah, I'm going to drown him, man. It's nasty in there. It's horrible. It's horrible. That triangle ring is horrible. And look, I'm about it. I'm about this life. I've proved it time and time again. He hasn't yet. He's got, and as we say, we've got to jump into deep waters now, and we can see if he can swim or not.
Do you stop him?
Yeah, I'm going to grind him down, and it's the Tyler Goodjohn show.
We cannot wait for just over 48 hours' time. Let me bring in the Magic Man. Thank you very much, Tyler. Give him a little bit of space to come in. Paulie, looking slick as always, and you are so articulate and so erudite. You've always been an amazing speaker. I've known you a very long time throughout that career. You're so well known for the fights with Miguel Cotto, for Ricky Hatton, bless his soul, for Amir Khan fights. Is this the biggest challenge maybe you've ever faced?
It's a different challenge. I don't know if it's the biggest challenge. We'll see on Saturday night. You know, I've faced some major challenges in some really pressure-packed situations with some very good fighters, and I think Tyler's good. But I'm also very ready, and I've got a lot of experience behind me.
Have you had to question yourself as the days have gone by, as you've gone into camp, as you had an injury, as you had to elongate your camp to fight him now in Leeds?
No, actually, we were on our way to looking very good and very sharp for the first date, but we had that injury, so we figured, to get the best of ourselves in the way we've been looking, we don't want to fight with the injury, so let's move the fight, because even by that point, I was already sharp. You saw me when we announced the thing in July. I was already kind of getting in shape, and my weight was down.
You couldn't wait to get your shirt off.
Yeah, exactly. So I was, and likewise, we've continued that in that flow. So we're good. We're ready to go.
Final response. He has told me he thinks you are too slow, too old, 45 next month, and there'll be too much bare-knuckle rust when you step in there on Saturday night. What's your response to that?
He doesn't know what he's gotten himself into. He doesn't know. Because, again, you have the assumption of a low ball fight where I fought 3 rounds in one hand. You don't know what he's gotten himself into. And when the bell rings Saturday, he's going to know what he's gotten himself into. He's going to know very quickly what he got himself into.
Predict for us how you see the outcome of the fight.
The way I'm going to win, I can't predict you. I'm going to win, and I'm going to win very clearly. But the way it's going to end, we'll see.
Magic Man, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure to have you on board. May you fight long in this career, because we love you around Pride and Punishment. Back to you, Goldie, to close proceedings.
Garrett, thank you very much. As Paulie would say, use guys are going to see these fights live on television around the world. BKB 47, Wilson Worsfold, McCallum Howell, Reese Murray, Jack Dugdale, Gibbs Carroll, and the 3 fights we just talked about. It is going to be a memorable night, to say the least. Title fight, and the Magic Man against El Tornado. Saturday, October 18th, the Magic Man is back. Former 2-division boxing world champion Paulie Malignaggi makes his Trigon debut against British bare-knuckle bad boy Tyler El Tornado Goodjohn from the Planet Ice Arena in Leeds, England. Co-headlining the BKB 47 card will be a matchup of BKB champions, as Super Cruiserweight champ Marvelous Marco Martignac moves up to the Bridgerweight division to challenge the reigning champion Dan Podmore in hopes of becoming BKB's next 2-division champion. Plus, Leeds' own bare-knuckle boxing Hall of Famer Scott McHugh looks to impress in front of his home crowd when he takes on fellow title contender Joe Fitzpatrick. Don't miss the action on this historic card. Visit bkbbareknuckle.com for tickets and information.